Hello everybody, Gibsmatic here, and today I'm going to talk about the Double Action Revolver in GTA Online. Now this is an episode in my series called GTA 5 Gun Guide, where we go through all the weapons in GTA 5 and GTA Online, talk about the stats of these weapons, how to acquire these weapons, as well as just giving a general review on all the weapons in GTA 5. And so in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the Double Action Revolver, which is a new weapon that was added during the Doomsday Heist update. It was added a couple days after the DLC came out. I think it was December 15th was whenever this event started off. And essentially, it's sort of a promotional item and a promotional weapon for Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's kind of a tie-in with that game, which is going to be coming out sometime in 2018. And so this is a weapon that you can't really buy in GTA Online because it involves a little bit of a quest. So the way this is done is upon logging into GTA Online, ever since the December 15th, you should get an email from vanderland@ifind.com. So you want to go into your phone, go to the email app, and you should eventually get an email from Vanderland. And what this email will contain is a picture of a random location on the map. I think there's about 20 different of these. And essentially, you're going to want to go to that location. However, I will have a link in the description to all the different locations that are possible. So if you're struggling trying to find one, and then you can check out that video and it will show you where they are. And then once you get to that area of the map, you're going to want to find a letter. Once you find that letter, it'll contain the location of 3 different areas, and those areas should be the same for everyone else, so they're not too difficult. You have to go to these different locations to start finding where the gun could be, and then once you get to those 3 different areas on the map, which they aren't too hard to find, then it's going to show another location on the map, which is going to be where your final location is. And once you go here, and you'll find essentially 2 dead bodies and a shovel, and then you'll also find a chest. You want to walk over to that chest, and then once you open it, then you will get the Double Action Revolver. It doesn't take too long, probably took me about 30 minutes. Honestly, if you know all the locations, you can probably do it in probably like 5 to 10 minutes. Doesn't take too long, and it's actually a pretty fun treasure hunt that, isn't too difficult, but is just something a little bit different and does give you this reward. And also, once you acquire this weapon, you also get a challenge. I don't know how long this challenge will go on for, but you should get a challenge where you're going to have to get 50 headshots on either players or NPCs. And if you do that, then you will get $250,000 in-game, which is pretty good, as well as a variant of this Double Action Revolver in Red Dead Redemption 2, which is going to be coming out on Xbox One and PS4 sometime in 2018. So let's start talking about this Double Action Revolver. And so as for the damage on this weapon, it'll be doing 81 damage per shot, which is kind of a little bit on the weaker side for the more, I guess you could call hand cannons of GTA Online, which would be like the Marksman pistol, the Heavy Revolver, and the Heavy Revolver Mark II. It does significantly less damage than both of those weapons. The lowest of those 3 would be the Heavy Revolver, which has like twice as much damage as this Double Action Revolver. However, it still does more damage than the pistol 50 cal, which is only at 51 damage. Another thing that solidifies this weapon as being a little bit better than some of the other hand cannons is it has the highest fire rate of all of them. Now, it is slower than most other pistols in the game. It's slower than the pistol, the combat pistol, of course, the AP pistol and the micro SMG and all of those weapons. However, it still does have pretty good time between shots of 0.46. This is kind of average for the pistols, better than some of the hand cannons, but worse than some of the other, higher fire rate pistols. However, one thing to note about this pistol is much like the Heavy Revolver and the Heavy Revolver Mark II, is that it'll only fire each time you pull the trigger. Unlike most other guns in the game, where you can just hold down the trigger and the gun will keep firing no matter what, this will only fire each time you pull the trigger. And the problem with this is that you kind of have to get into a rhythm of this weapon to get the most out of it. To get the maximum rate of fire, you kind of have to fire at the right moment. And while this weapon doesn't do a crazy amount of damage, it will usually 2-shot most people. For other players, it'll usually 3 to 5-shot other players. But one great thing about this pistol, even though it doesn't have crazy damage, is that it has no damage fall off. This is pretty similar to the pistol 50 cal as well as the original Heavy Revolver. The Mark II version doesn't have this. However, with, you know, some other weapons, I think the assault SMG, the bullpup shotgun, this weapon does not have any damage fall off. So that means all the way out to 120 meters, you will be doing that 81 damage. Unless you get like a headshot or a limb shot, which may impact the damage. Also, this weapon is still good at getting headshots, even though it doesn't do the most amount of damage. However, at the same time, you know, almost every weapon in the game is pretty good at taking out headshots. So I won't say that that's something exclusive to this weapon. However, if you are going to use this weapon, headshots are pretty important. And while this weapon isn't crazy good, you're probably not going to be using it in PvP. It is still a very fun weapon to use. It looks awesome in my opinion. I really like the look of it. It has some like gold and engravings on it. I really do like it. And also, it is just fun to use. You know, it's not anything crazy, but it is fun to use. It gives you a cool challenge. It has a cool mission with it. And so I really do like it. Also, another thing with this weapon is the way that you put it away, where you do like this sort of spin animation and then holster it. I love that. And that's one of the coolest things about any of the weapons in GTA Online. I really do enjoy that. And honestly, it kind of lets you live out your Revolver Ocelot fantasies in GTA Online, which in my opinion is worth it just by itself. So yeah, while this gun isn't anything crazy special, you know, it's not like you could put, you know, incendiary rounds on it, like the Heavy Revolver Mark II, or it doesn't do anything, you know, too crazy damage-wise. It is still a fun weapon to have, and I do recommend it. Even if you just do the challenge and get, you know, your $250,000, that's still not too bad. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this weapon in the comments. Do you like it? Do you not? What are your thoughts on the Double Action Revolver in GTA Online? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Hope you enjoyed. Feedback's also precious. See you guys in the next video.